And I believe we're live.
Rock and roll, get cute. Mama. I should probably stop. We're live, Lisa. Stop singing.
Yes. No, sing.
No, 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 no,
It's
no, no, no.
it's a
Which
good
is really
drop.
funny because I refused to go karaoke last night because I do not sing, and here I am singing.
So you did not karaoke?
No, no,
Such.
no. I'm not you.
I would do it again. I'm not scared. Ain't scared. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Come on in. Join us.
It's Tuesday night.
Tuesday night live show, the Disney Nerds podcast. Hello, Sophie. How are you?
Sophie.
Jeffrey says, "Sing, Lisa, sing."
No, 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 no.
Margie,
I promise you, it's not something that you want to hear.
what's up, Megan? Thanks everybody for joining. Come on in. Hey, Lisa and hey Lisa. Hey, Kathy and Adi. Do us a favor while we're letting everybody join here. We're gonna share the show. If you guys could share the show as well. Joe Debo said, "Sing, Lisa, sing." Everybody wants you to sing.
Hey, howdy, hey.
We love it when you sing and dance.
And dance.
What's up, Brandon? How are you, buddy? Hello, Bill. Thanks for joining. Come on in. Hey, Kim.
Kimberly.
Go Astros. Kim's in the other room watching the game one of the World Series.
Very nice.
Astros were up 2-1.
The video that you posted about with the Yankee the other day was just beautiful to my eyes, to
It was funny, huh?
many Red Sox fans. It's phenomenal. Thank you so much, Bill, for sharing. We appreciate it. Thank you so much, Sandra, for sharing.
Hello, Austin. Thanks for joining. Come on in. Sophie says she's going to sing with you. Sophie?
I'm not certain that counts.
Well, it may, because now we're going to have the ability to do a call-in show.
Oh, good.
So maybe if we have Sophie call in, you two could sing together.
We could do a sing-along. That's right.
Yes.
Oh, Katie, woman after my own heart. That's it. Red Sox fans only root for two teams, the Red Sox and whoever's playing the Yankees.
That's right.
That's right, Jeffrey. Another Massachusetts native. Go Sox, go the 7-0 Pats. And Bill Belichick, who's under some serious hysterical scrutiny this morning.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
We had taken penalties to run the clock down. It was pretty darn hysterical. The sports channels, the national sports channels had pictures of him up with, he was smiling and people were flabbergasted. What is he smiling at? They were calling him like a Mona Lisa.
Sylvie's a Yankee fan. What's up, Hiller?
Mr. Hiller. Speaking of Yankees fans. Disney sing-along. Yes, we could do like a name that tune if you really wanted to. Hey, Lana. And then, yes, Katie. I did make the jump.
Is Chris Hiller a Yankees fan?
He was rooting for the Yankees at one point.
But was that Chris Hiller's kind of a bandwagon fan of a lot of stuff. So he may not be a Yankees fan anymore. He may be an Astros fan now.
That's true. That's true because they're doing so well.
Yep. You know.
So thank you so much. It is Tuesday night. This is our regular live show. We were a little bit late tonight. We were kind of patching through maybe some technical stuff with some fun things that we have planned for you this evening. But really the first thing on the docket is really talking about some of these hard ticket events at Magic Kingdom, because between the two of us, we've experienced a few of them. I'm back to my Phillies. For the love of God, you just sound like a
right. At least he's honest.
Timothy with a Nationals in 6 call out right away.
No way, dude. Astros are taking this one. They'll be back in Walt Disney World.
Jeffrey, I would circle back really quickly. Jeffrey, I do not know whether or not we're Super Bowl bound. I think it's too early, even though we're 7 games in, to say that. And I do think somebody will break the streak.
I could see somebody definitely breaking the streak. I don't know if anybody in the AFC can beat could. I don't know if anybody in the AFC could eliminate the Pats from the playoffs. With that being said, there's much more talent in the NFC this year than in the AFC. San
How are
Francisco,
we doing tonight, Bill? At least I'm supporting the Phillies when we're horrible. But you weren't supporting the Phillies 2 weeks ago.
right?
That's not how that works.
He was talking. He was down in the Eagles last week.
Ugh. Painful. Just painful.
Bandwagon fan. All right. So enough of that football, baseball, sports talk. Other than go Tigers. Let's talk about Magic Kingdom. So we got two really cool things we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about Magic Kingdom hard ticketed events, as well as we finally figured out, we tried this before and it did not quite work out, but I think we've got it figured out that we can take call-ins to the show. So toward the end of the show, we'll take a few call-ins. We'll practice it tonight. As we perfect it and get better and better, we'll do it more and more week to week. We'll do a little section each week. So with that being said, which one do you want to start with? What hard ticketed event do you want to start with?
You know, I think, first of all, what hard ticket events have you been to?
I've only been to two. So the two I've been to is the Villains After Hours, which is just a villains themed after hours event, which is Magic Kingdom After Hours. The one I went to happened to be villains themed. And then the Not So Scary Halloween Party, which I've been to 4 times maybe. I've never been to the Christmas party, and I think we'd be remiss if we also didn't at least bring up the Pirate and Princess party.
That would be unfamiliar to me.
They don't have that one anymore. I think they kind of used the after hours event to take the place. That was kind of one that they just themed the pirates and princesses. And it didn't have as strong of a theme as the Halloween parties or the Christmas parties.
So for me, I have done your generic garden variety, just the Halloween party and the Christmas party. So I've done both of those. I've done the Christmas party twice. I've done the Halloween party more times than I can count. So
do you think next year, now Bill, from what I understand, most of the people, I would say the majority of people would say the Halloween party is the best of the after hours parties. I don't know if I believe that anymore because of the Magic Kingdom After Hours and the Villains After Hours, but those are way more expensive. They're almost double the price.
They're what, 170?
I think they started, depending on when they are, they started, I think, 129 with an annual pass discount, but I think they're closer to 160.
Yes.
In that range without a discount. So they're almost double the price, but they're much more limited. So they're half the people. So that's why
John Seacott in with the Halloween party vote.
John Seacott is a closet Disney fan.
Not so very much when he starts posting stuff like
that. I know, but he figures this is maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's got everybody blocked. He's talking in private because he doesn't want any of his friends to see that. Megan, I would say, I don't know. It's a lot of money.
It depends upon what kind of value you're looking to get for your dollar.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, but there was nobody there when you were there, right?
It's true, but you can still only do so much in 4 hours.
I thought it was more than 4 hours.
Maybe 5.
I think it's like 5 or 6. I think because you can get in early. So keep that in mind, that if that's the ticket you get.
Yeah, but the lines aren't. Now, with that being said, if that's your admission for the day, like let's say you're in Orlando and it's buy a ticket to Magic Kingdom that day for $110. $10 or buy the after hours for 160. Buy the after hours
Buy
for
the after hours ticket. That's yes, like, almost like buying a base ticket. Instead of a park hopper, and how many days are you going to be there, and what's the value to it? So
It'd be hard to justify if you already have a mission to the parks, though, to flop out another $160.
So say you're here for 7 days, but you only bought a 4-day hopper, and those 4 days are taken, and you've got a couple of extra days instead of
doing a 7-day ticket, spend a half a day at the resort and then come do the after hours party, and you'll get a lot done at Magic Kingdom.
So Halloween party is the better one. I don't find any value in any other of them. Chris, have you done the Halloween party? Yes, he's done the Halloween party this year, I believe.
He said he hadn't found any value in any of them, not just other.
Interesting.
I disagree. I think for locals, you guys can pick up Halloween party tickets fairly cheap if you catch the right ones.
So Brandon brings up a really, really, really good point. So we were at the parks on Magic Kingdom on Monday. There was a party day. I was at Magic Kingdom on Thursday. And in order to do the weekly, I live streamed the Carousel of Progress for people in the group that had voted that that's what they wanted to see. And that Thursday night party was sold out. And that to me was crazy.
I was talking to Bobby Jones,
and
he was telling me he thinks they're selling them at a discount at the resorts, like the day of the parties.
Really? Well, you do see signs everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're right. So I was at the first Halloween party this year, and then the only other Halloween party I went to this year, you can't count because it was Hurricane Dorian. Nobody was there.
Yeah, nobody was there.
So the first Halloween party of the year was a phrase that I always get cautious about using, especially if I'm online, but it was ask to elbow people. And that is just a terminology that I used when it is just, I felt like a sardine in a can. My family was at one end of the park while I was at the other, and we didn't even get a chance to meet up for the fireworks or the parade just because of the craziness. So if it is, so I agree with that. It is certainly a decent amount of concern that they're beginning to oversell it. Once upon a time, those parties used to be, this is really cool. I'm going to let my kids kind of run around and get a little bit more freedom.
Well, the other thing I think you have to consider is, although there are more people at these events now, at some of the parties, I find that the lines for the attractions are still not ridiculous, because you got to remember, a lot of people,
even the overlays, even Space Mountain, which has an awesome Halloween party overlay, no more than 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that is because so many people that go to the parties go for different reasons. Some people go to the Halloween parties for no other reason. They spend all their time going to see characters that you can't normally see.
Katie, I'm going to try to answer this and Jimmy may disagree with me, but I think I did the math at one point.
Hey, Victor.
But if you're going to go for 10 continuous days or more, then the annual pass is the way to go. If you're going to do 3 or more shorter trips at 3 to 4 days at a pop, the annual pass is the way to go.
I mean, I think at 2 4-day trips, you're probably better off with the annual pass, because you're starting that first day back at 100.
At 1, yes.
Yeah. So Joe Diebold says, with all the people that you see complaining about prices of everything, it seems like there are still more people going to the parks and going to the special events. And that's true, because people complain all they want. Until it hits Disney in the pocketbook, it's not going to matter.
It's not going to matter at all. And
So
you know what it's become? So people, this is what I kind of think is funny, and I don't want to say this. This is one of these nerds things that we tend to share. But my favorite days to go to Magic Kingdom are party days because nobody's there in the morning.
during the day before the Halloween party, because people without park hoppers don't want to waste their day there because the park closes early.
I was at Magic Kingdom on Monday with the family. We got there at 1:30 in the afternoon. We left at 5:30. So from 1:30 to 5:30, we did 8 or 9 attractions.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yep. Megan says it's been years since she's done the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, and it seems like they've upgraded a lot. Need to go again. I would recommend going.
This past year was the biggest change from one year to the next. They changed the fireworks. They changed they added stuff to the parade. This past year, I think, was to me the biggest upgrade I've seen in the last 5 years.
Christopher, yeah, that's a tough one. The one on Halloween night is always going to be busy. But look, I mean, you also get probably Disney's best parade. The Boo-to-You parade is absolutely the best parade. I don't know if the new fireworks show is Disney's best fireworks show. Hollow Wishes was. I think this one's pretty close. It is one of the better ones. I think it's better than.
You haven't seen it yet.
I hadn't seen the whole. I've seen it on video, and I saw the Castle show. It didn't have the fireworks, but I don't know if it's as good as Hollow Wishes. I still think it's probably better than Happily Ever After, though.
It's definitely better than Happily Ever After.
Yeah. Jeffrey said I did Mickey's Not So Scary and watched the villain dance off before the parade started. Yeah, I mean that's cool. That's cool. That's a lot of people go for that. There's so many of those special events. And a lot of people like me and Lisa, I'll speak for myself, don't do a lot of those special things that like I watched a parade, but I don't go to the dance party. I don't go
Oh, no. I the first Halloween party that we went to was all about, we went with the kids. It was about trick-or-treating and getting on as many attractions as possible. This is what we wanted to do. We wanted to get on because it's not busy, and let's get on attractions. And hey, let's catch the parade. Hey, maybe we'll catch the fireworks. And then it's all about the attractions. And then Angela and I did a party. We did a Christmas party all by ourselves. And we said, you know what? Let's do something different. Let's take the map and let's go around. Let's forget about the attractions and let's do the experiences. And we spent the whole, I think we got there at 5:30 at night. We were there until midnight, and we spent the whole 6.5 hours. We didn't step on a single attraction, and we just did the experiences. And we turned and looked at each other at the end of the end of the time and said, you know what? We've been doing that all wrong. Like I did 2 dance parties. I was dancing with Goofy, and I was dancing with Sully, and there's video out there of me, having a blast at dance parties and cookies and hot apple cider and all these things that I didn't take the time to experience before that I did this time around. To me, that's what I tell people is experience those special party things.
That's good info. I can't find when the Pirate and I guess I could, but I'm trying to look it up on the fly. But the Pirate and Princess Party, which I guess eventually became Mickey's Pirate and Princess Party. I know it definitely existed because I see the dates on the Diz for 2008, and in there it says get ready for the return of this popular special ticketed event at Magic Kingdom, the Pirate and Princess Party.
Joe Diebold here, great opportunity if you have it. He says he goes to the parties to photograph the fireworks. And they are definitely worth taking a look at, and some of his pictures are fantastic.
Kim said she thinks they should lower the amount of tickets sold for the hard ticket events for customer experience. You know what? If that's what you think, then and that's where your Magic Kingdom, the Villains After Hour parties come in, because those are less people. You just pay more money.
That's it. If you want the crowds less, are you willing to pay more?
So it's 50% less people, but you're paying 100% more for it's 100% more expensive. Megan says the worst crowd I've seen was in New Year's Eve. Stayed at Magic Kingdom from 8 till 2 a.m. the next day. Stop letting people in around 11 a.m. Yeah, that's
God.
Alex, I will not be at LSU Auburn. I will be watching it here. Hey, what's up, Ryan? Thanks for joining.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Chris Hiller. To me, it's a one-time thing. I am not a meet with the characters kind of person. I really don't need the candy, but the only thing I like on the Halloween party is exclusive is the ride overlays. Wait times don't matter to me because going to the parks early January, the lines are about the same size. I think it's more than that. I tell you what, I was talking to Bobby earlier today, and they ended up getting now they're shoppers, so they get they ended up getting the ticket to go to the parties to buy merchandise too. But he thought it was the best value you could get was going to was going they got that ticket for all of the Halloween parties, and they went to 6 or 7 of them. Yes, Rudy, facts, bro, facts. I'm only going to Disney World during hurricanes. If I see a hurricane coming to Walt Disney World, I am taking a trip because people just cancel their. It doesn't even have to come close. It just has to be projected to hit there at some point, and people cancel their plans and change plans. So, absolutely, it was one of the best trips I've ever had crowd wise.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yes, annual pass. Don't forget about the discounts, free parking at the parks, photo pass benefits. If it doesn't make sense for your whole group, maybe just one person get the AP. That's a good point.
Michelle, thanks for joining this evening. Can't wait to see you in a couple weeks. Did the Halloween party about 5 years ago. Crowds were okay back then, and they were 5 years ago. The crowds were okay. They've gotten amped up. And again, I haven't been to a Christmas party like a thick of things Christmas party. We went to one of the first last year, but
Yeah, but the first one this year sold out.
yes, it is. It's already sold out.
Can you believe
Uh,
that?
Alex, you're absolutely right. All the Orlando theme parks have really stepped up their Halloween events. They've got stuff at SeaWorld, including Halloween Horror Nights and, of course, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
I'm not. I mean, Halloween Horror Nights is not. That's not my up my alley. But I wonder how much that it is very very popular, and a lot of people go to Orlando for that. I wonder how much that has increased the traffic for the not so scary Halloween parties too. Because while you're there, why not catch both?
That's correct. How much was the upgrades from 2013 when I went in 2019? I'm going in 2021. I think this past year was the biggest change overall. Major additions to the parade, a complete overhaul of the fireworks and the projections on the castle with the addition of Jack Skellington. It's like a completely different party when it comes to the entertainment. The only thing that hadn't changed was the Sanderson sisters on stage.
Pirates was. I mean, last year they started the overlay, but last year they had like 2 live pirates in the
It
queue,
was better this year.
one on the attraction. This year they had 2 live pirates in the queue and about 5 on the attraction.
Yep.
So it was pretty cool.
When we went the morning of the party, we got 12 attractions in 3.5 hours. Yeah, I'm telling you that if you choose not to do a party and somebody says to you, oh, well, then you should stay away from that park that day.
No,
Don't go to the park that day. If nothing else, it gets you in the spirit of things. One of the things I love to do on a party day is go and you jack up as many attractions as humanly possible, but then go hang out over by the theater in Town Square, and they let everybody in at 4 o'clock, and you see some of the coolest costumes. I saw a little kid the other day dressed up like Donald Duck. He must have been 3 years old. I almost stole him. Like, he was literally the cutest thing I'd ever seen.
that is absolutely true. If you're gonna go and they start rolling in, probably at 4 o'clock when as soon as they can get in. But even you can stay even past that, and just hang out, find a park bench, and just watch some of the costumes coming in. What did John Seacotts have to say?
He said he went with the Thiels a couple years ago. Everybody had a blast.
Yep, I'm a fan of the parties. I really am.
Hey Bradley, how we doing tonight?
How are you, buddy?
Oh, That's not okay. Fantastic. I always feel like every time I go, I hit these same things. Here's the thing: if you go to a party and you feel like it's getting old or stale, we kind of readjust how you're looking at it. Take something and do it completely different. I've done it. We went to the parks 5 times one year, and when I was living in Massachusetts, 5 times, and I thought, you know what? The next time I go, I'm if it's just the two of us, I'm gonna try to do as few attractions as humanly possible and try to sit back and do something completely different.
We've
And we
talked
did
about that.
that. It almost refreshed how much I loved Walt Disney World.
Yeah, do stuff that you've never done before. Like I always try and add something new, like whether it's go ride characters in flight, do a tour, do a different tour, go eat at a different restaurant. Also go and Megan, you'll get this when we go, but go with different people because when you go with different people, it's a completely different experience.
You know, Victoria, they're really trying to trim down on the amount of vehicle traffic. Um, that it's more than just the amount of vehicle traffic on property as much as it is they're really trying to do their part in the amount of vehicle traffic around Orlando. If you travel around Orlando or you travel on I-4 without fail, there is an accident or bad traffic on a consistent basis. A lot of that is tourism, so they're trying desperately to get people to use shuttles, and so how else are you going to do that but jack up the prices to things and charge parking at hotels?
Yep, for sure.
What do people want to hear about? Why don't you write about Magic Kingdom after hours ticket events and what's available for them?
Hey, Brandy, how are you?
Brandy.
For joining. Mitch, I'm keeping up with the World Series, not watching it because it's our regular Tuesday night thing, but I know that they're tied up 2-2 right now.
That's okay. Thanks for joining, Lindsay.
Hey, Lindsay, thanks for joining. Come on in.
Well, we're on the Halloween topic. Would Mansion be too spooky for my nephew and niece in 2 years? Are currently 2 and 4. They'll be 6 and 4. No,
I think the biggest thing is if you can get them past the stretching room.
that's right.
After that, it's all downhill. I mean, it gets much easier. Like the stretching room, getting in that dark room and the ghost house is probably the worst for a kid, and that's the scariest. Thanks, Chris Eller. I appreciate that.
Did the villains party include free food and drink, Jimmy?
It did. It came with Coke, water, Sprite, Diet Coke, and it's all bottled beverages. All the popcorn you could eat, and then all the ice cream. And the ice cream choices were like the fruit bar, the Mickey bar, and the Mickey ice cream sandwich, which I think Sam had like 5.
I didn't realize there were costume rules the day we did Day of the Dead costumes. We had a few people tell us that costumes were borderline too scary.
I don't know.
Coco.
I think Day of the Dead is fine.
They have specific rules about covering your face and
Adults can't wear masks.
yep.
That's the only rule I know of. Hey, Mike from Georgia. Yes, Christopher. Tied up. 2. Go Stros. Go Bregman. I think they'll be fine. Jeffrey, I think also if you're worried about that, maybe you could, and most of the time I don't like to do this. I don't like to spoil an attraction by watching a YouTube video before I get to experience it. But with little kids like that, you could also go in and show them some YouTube videos of the Haunted Mansion and let them know. That way they know what to expect and they're not surprised when they get into that stretching room.
Absolutely. I'm not a big fan of that either. I know exactly what you're talking about, but I've used it as a tactic to help my kids get over some anxiety when it comes to attractions that they've never experienced before.
Bill says we like to resort hop for a few hours when we have downtime and get a feel for resorts. We've not stayed at. Yes, I agree. We did that for like a whole half day with Lisa and Angela one day. We went and walked around the Contemporary, or we took a boat. Went to Wilderness Lodge, took a boat from Wilderness Lodge. What did we do? We went to the Contemporary, then Grand Floridian.
We went to the Contemporary, then the Grand Floridian. Yep.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Ryan, we'll take that offline, buddy. Anytime near Christmas is going to be very, very busy.
Oh, so busy. So busy. And it's blackout for most locals. Like most locals can't go.
Brandon, I made it through right of first refusal. They waived it. So I'm moving on to the next step. I'm waiting for a message any day. They said it'd take a few weeks. They have to get something. The title head company has to get something from Disney, and then they would draw up the contracts and all that. So within a couple weeks, I should be signing the paperwork and sending them a check. And then from my understanding, it takes about another couple weeks after that for Disney to send me my welcome packet and all the stuff I need to get logged in online and be able to make
Reservations.
So I'm very, very excited. It is a long and tenuous thing.
Adults rule only. No masks, capes not below the waist. Interesting. No floor length dresses. What's interesting about the capes thing that threw me off was because I just saw a guy the other day he was probably one of the best costumes I saw on Monday. He was dressed up as Doctor Strange. And he had the floor length.
I mean, that doesn't mean it's not a rule. It just means they didn't enforce it, which could happen.
Good point.
I could see why that would be in the rules because it's a tripping hazard. I did see a very good Captain Hook who had a full length like coat on. This was not this past year, but the year before. But no capes, darling. No capes.
No capes. So monorail resort hopping, yes. As long as the monorail is up and running, this is a problem that Bill had.
Not take a boat,
right? And Brandon, I think what he's trying to say here is welcome home.
Thank you, buddy.
So there's certainly a lot to offer for after hours opportunities at Magic Kingdom. Your go-to still the Halloween party? Or would you choose Villains After Dark? Or Villains After Hours?
I would still say the Halloween party. Well, I don't know. Both have their advantages and pluses and minuses, I guess. The Halloween party definitely offers more as an event. But the lines are less for Villains, but Villains is more expensive.
See, yeah. I feel like
Disney has so many rules for adults when we go to dress up, and I feel like it takes away from the fun of Halloween. But why do we have the rules if the little ones don't have rules? Because the little ones are not gonna steal other little ones.
Exactly.
There's things like facial recognition and stuff like that. There's things like if you run off with my kid, I need to be able to identify you, and if you have a mask on, I cannot do that.
Yep, so that's a safety thing.
It's a safety issue, and the only time adults can dress up is for the Halloween party, and one of the reasons is because Disney takes character integrity so strongly that they do not want people dressed as characters in the park other than for Halloween party because then it's expected.
We keep on tripping over each other here. This was the second year that we are doing right after New Year. The 2nd to the 7th attendance is really late. Yes. It's a great time to go. Now, I'm touching base here. Kim says she loves the candy at the Halloween party. And I get it. That's a big draw.
It is.
The candy at the Halloween party is definitely a big draw. The flip side to that, though, is cookies and hot chocolate, which is what you get at the Christmas party. I mean, I'm a fat kid and I like candy, but I'm a fat kid and I love cookies
and hot chocolate.
and hot chocolate. Renee, thanks for joining us. We do have an addition to bring you right now. So
this is what we're going to do. We're going to bring Sam is actually live in the Magic Kingdom right now for a special event that he's there for, like a private event that he's there. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring Sam on for about 5 or 10 minutes and just say hello to him. And then once we're done with Sam, we're going to come back and we'll take a few live calls.
Jimmy, what is up?
What's happening?
It is definitely an interesting night here at the Magic Kingdom. It is a private event for a conference. You can see the details there on the screen. There's a band playing in front of the castle, and it is an interesting night, my friend.
So a band playing in front of the castle. Earlier, I saw you post a video, and you were over by Big Thunder, and you were playing like.
Yes, there are bands and DJs, and it is a party at the Magic Kingdom tonight, which is good and it's bad, right? The Disney nerd in me goes, no, but hey, this is kind of cool. So I figured, if anything, I could let you guys kind of see what goes on in here, because there's stuff happening that doesn't happen any other time.
One of the other really interesting things is they are serving alcohol in the Magic Kingdom.
That is correct. In fact, if I just move to my right a little bit, you'll see Minnie and, Donald and Daisy taking some pictures with free photo pass photographers. And just behind those guys is a makeshift bar, which is sort of interesting for the Magic Kingdom, right?
Right, you know,
got a couple of different kinds of wines, and there you go.
Very cool. And it looks like nobody's there.
There are people spread out. The conference is pretty big. If I get too close here, I might not be able to hear you guys.
Yeah.
Although it is kind of interesting that we see what's happening.
Well,
which direction should I have? I'll let you guys in.
Go to Fantasyland.
Okay, I'm going to head up along the castle. Definitely a little difficult for me to hear you guys.
Should get better in a minute here.
Yeah, it'll turn down here in a minute. There's a map pointing people to directions and locations, and most attractions appear to be open. There's the popcorn stand, which is included, along with another bar. We'll head down towards Fantasyland here. But one thing I notice is this music's loud and you hear it everywhere. So it kind of no background music really, but interesting.
See, I don't know how I would like that.
That's the nerd in me doesn't like it, Jimmy. When you're on Main Street and there's no music and I'm walking into Tomorrowland and I hear another DJ. But this is a party. When it's a private event, I guess you can do whatever you like, right?
Sure.
Another interesting thing, because it is part of a conference, the Gartner IT Symposium, which you can Google and look up. You have to be over 21 to be in here, which means there's no strollers. There's no kids, and it's really weird.
Yeah, I could buy that every day.
It's just strange. I mean, this is Magic Kingdom. It's not Epcot, right?
I think they should have one night a week, every week.
That's certainly a topic for another time.
Yeah, that's a topic for another time. So inside of, included with the conference, this is Starlight Cafe, burgers, plant-based Sloppy Joes.
Plant-based Sloppy Joes.
Yeah, I don't know that I've heard of that one before.
They've ruined the Sloppy Joe.
It's all part of that rollout. The new plant-based menus all over the resort.
I know, but did they have to mess with the Sloppy Joe?
Well, the Sloppy Joe wasn't there to begin with. I bet you if I had fed it to you, you wouldn't know the difference.
Probably not.
You know what? That's a test. We're going to sneak some plant-based meat in the Jimmy someday.
Yeah.
Now here's what's cool. Here's
if you can get
included. Cheshire Cattail should have got. You know, I can get any of these. And
if you can
just
get
go with it.
if you can get the pepper jack pretzel. Hello.
Hi, how you guys doing tonight? Are you busy?
Oh, yeah. Are you from Pittsburgh?
I am. How about that?
I'm from Erie.
That's wonderful. Western PA in the house. Yeah. How about some cattails?
Absolutely.
No pepper jack
Just one.
pretzel.
Sorry, the cat is not
They might not have the pepper jack
What the
pretzel. in
heck
there.
is a cattail?
This
Oh,
is a cattail. Describe to me, what is a cattail?
It is a chocolate chip croissant with vanilla icing drizzled on top and served warm.
And it looks like the Cheshire Cat, hence the cattail. There we go. And I'm going to do my best to take that with me.
You got it.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to make my left here. I don't think Winnie the Pooh was running. Although, you know what it was? There was no line for it.
so as you're walking around tonight, Sam,
Yes.
what is the quietest part of the park and what is the busiest part of the park in an event like this?
Oh, I would say the busiest part of the park is probably Frontierland. And it's people doing Big Thunder and Haunted Mansion.
Oh, and Haunted Mansion.
Like, that's the busiest area. And the least busy area is over here at Storybook Circus. That's absolutely the least busiest. There's nobody back there. Because there's no kids here tonight. So I don't think many people are riding Dumbo, but some probably are.
Megan said there's no sloppy in that Joe.
There's no sloppy in that joke. Here's another little. So that was cool. I by the way, the food's included in the party price, right? Let's see what this guy's got here.
Yeah, they just like me. There's hummus on pita bread.
How cool
What
would
do you
that?
have here?
So over here we have the dark sauce big salad with
Hummus.
ketchup. We inside is cucumber, tomato, banana pepper, some feta cheese, hummus, and capta. Capta is plant-based protein. It's
Plant-based protein.
great.
There you
It's
go.
the future of meat.
It's the future of meat. Jimmy, see?
Jesus Christ.
Thank you. So it's a Greek salad with feta. I'm not sure if you guys could read that or not. Oh, this is cool. One of the coolest meet and greet here tonight. In the queue for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. All seven dwarves and Snow White.
Oh,
That's pretty
that's
sweet.
great.
Although I don't see Snow White right now. I'm sure she'll be back.
Bill, this is not a Halloween party. This is a
This is not a Halloween party. No, this is a private party. It's the Gartner IT Symposium.
you have to be Sam in order to attend this.
No, anybody could do it. You just got to buy a ticket to the show.
There you go.
Let's be clear, because that's what I did. Here's some more. This is Nitro Sherbet. Orange creamsicle sherbet with crystallized, with what?
Crystallized basil.
Crystallized basil. How do you make it?
We don't make it here, so I don't know. What is crystallized basil?
It's pretty much like basil and then like sugar and then you like crystallize it. So it's
Sugar with a little basil.
Like, yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Actually, I think it's more basil than
It
sugar.
looks
I don't-
small, so I'll take one.
There you go. Enjoy.
It is small. Look how small that is.
No, I'm like
But you can have lots of.
One at a time.
What's that?
You should just shove
All
it.
right, I don't know how I'm going to manage all this
Just
stuff.
shove it in your mouth.
Well, if it wasn't in this little plastic container, that's what I would do.
I was just
Here is another bar here.
we were just talking about the different. Tonight's topic was the hard ticket events, and we were talking about the villains after hours, and I was talking about how you ate like 5 ice cream sandwiches.
I did. So let's be clear. As soon as I got here, so everything's included. So here's Storybook Treats ice cream right here, and all I have to do is go up and order whatever I like. Well, it's a limited menu. I won't say whatever I like. But I got here. I went straight to the ice cream parlor. Then I went to what did I get after that? Oh, I got a waffle at Sleepy Hollow, and then I went to get a Dole Whip. 1, 2, 3.
So Megan said food included. I would have brought some to-go boxes.
I'm wearing a backpack with nothing in it. Because I was going to bring the tripod tonight because a lot of times these events have a special fireworks thing, like the DVC members, when they do their midnight magic or moonlight magic. It's not the typical fireworks, but tonight it is happily ever after,
My cousin
which
Michelle,
was surprising to me.
My cousin Michelle wants to know if Gartner has their conference there every year.
Yes, every year in the October timeframe. It's the Gartner IT Symposium. So Gartner has conferences all over the country. This is the one, it's the IT Symposium, and it's in Orlando every year. And it's actually hosted at, I don't want to say a resort because it's the Epcot Resort area. It's the Swan, the Dolphin, the Beach Club, the Yacht Club, the Boardwalk. All of those conference centers are just overrun with people this week.
Michelle may be joining you next year because she works in that field, so I think that's why she was asking.
If you work in that field, this is absolutely the conference you want to attend because of where I am right now. I kind of like these booths here because it's a small world theme to these things. You can kind of tell. They're cool.
Yeah,
and of course, Small World has no line.
That last thing you got.
That's no different than usual, Sam.
Well, look, Lisa, let's be honest.
That last
you just walk by and say
ice cream.
Say that one more time.
That last thing you got was ice cream. It was some type of ice cream.
Frozen citrus something. It was like ice cream, and it was just a mouthful. So that's gone.
Adi said, get him an ice cream.
Adi, I would get you so many right now. Now's the time to get them. So Adi, where do I go? Do I go for Dole Whip? Do I go to Sleepy Hollow? Do I go to the Plaza? What's the best ice cream in Magic Kingdom? That's where I'll go.
Yes, Brandon, Lisa's favorite ride. I think you should take us all on It's a Small World.
No.
Well, wait, there's no line. Well, 5 minutes.
Look at that. Look at you're going through a tunnel. You're losing signal.
There it is right there. I will say I did a couple of character photos, and they have conveniently a table located nearby for your beverages before you get your picture with any characters.
Really?
Cool.
Yeah. No alcohol in any pictures with any Disney characters.
It's cool they thought that out to put the table there.
Oh, they're whooping it up over here.
Adi says Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow. I'm with him. Now, I mentioned to you guys earlier, so there's we just walked through Fantasyland. No stroller, no children. It's sort of interesting. So what would you do with the stroller parking area? Make it a bar.
Make it a bar. Exactly.
And that's exactly what this is. I'm right next to the Tangled toilets, and there's the bar.
The Tangled toilet.
Wow, that's what they are. Who calls them anything else?
It is one of the most well-themed areas in Magic Kingdom.
Agree. Just look at this.
Amazing. Yeah.
Oh, so Megan says there needs to be a hard ticket event for 21 plus only at Magic Kingdom.
Weren't there rumors once upon a time that they wanted to do that for villains over at Studios?
Yes.
I remember those rumors. It never happened, but yeah.
Well, they had that. They had that crazy villain thing there, and it caused chaos, didn't it?
Yes. There was a one-time thing. They had like a weird magical performer.
Yep.
Here's another. Here's your cutlery board.
Wow.
Doesn't look too bad. I'm right in front of Haunted Mansion. Looks like some fog effects all the way down here from Mansion.
Very cool.
So yes, that's because.
Oh, she out?
Yes. Give me your name again.
Lady Renata?
Yes.
Oh no, that's Constance.
Yeah, that's not Renata.
Very nice.
Yep, that's Constance.
Very cool. It says a 15-minute wait for this, which might be the case. But you asked where the busiest place was? It's Haunted Mansion and over towards Big Thunder.
That's interesting.
What is that line for? Is that haunted?
This is Haunted Mansion, yeah.
Oh.
It says 15 minutes, but that's what this line is. Columbia Harbor House open to just walk into and grab stuff. I can hear the DJ that's near. Actually, maybe we'll end there. I'm going to head down towards Country Bears because he's actually upstairs on top of it.
Wait, really?
Which I hadn't seen before. Yes, I hadn't seen a DJ up there ever before
That's
for any of the parties.
Still have that wall.
Bar. Yeah, the wall is still up here on the left. That's the sitting area that was there.
You know what's interesting is when we were there. When we were there for Labor Day week.
Yep.
It was just chain link. Because of the approaching storm, they had to take all of the covering off of it.
Interesting.
Which you never see chain link in Disney, right? It's always covered.
Right.
It's always covered.
Everything's covered.
Yeah.
I guess if you have a wall that could blow over,
or
blow away, it's like the garbage cans. They disappear for hurricanes, right?
It is
just gone.
Yes, and it's why when you walk around the parks right now, if you walk past one of those chain link fences and they've got triangular cuts in them, that's where they gave up and decided to just cut triangles in them in order to create that breezeway.
Where did I see that yesterday? I saw that somewhere, and I thought that at Epcot, right where I believe it is the celebration pavilion they're building.
Yep. They gave up in taking all the green down. They said, we'll just cut a triangle in them.
It was perfect because you could see right in it.
Right.
All right. I'm here. I'm approaching Country Bears. You see all the tables started hanging out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hey, here, this is what Jesse holds up. You want to share? Somebody will miss that if I take it. All right, it's going to get a little loud, but I'm going to head this direction just so you guys see it. So this is Country Bear Jamboree straight in front of me. Oh, we got a guy with a whip
conference
here.
that's been.
Who's this guy? Fancy roping. So the DJ is up above here. I don't know what you're
saying.
Clap those hands to the beat, everybody. Clap those hands. Come on. Now clap those hands.
I'm going to try to get in the shadow to see if that makes us better.
Let's clap for the nice swing one at a time.
There we go.
Why don't you take a
Where did they find this guy?
That's right between the legs.
Don't freak out until you know the facts.
I've seen Lisa do that before.
Don't be stupid. You know I love you.
All right, so the DJ is up above over here.
Oh, I see him, yeah.
Can't really see him, and there's Country Bears.
Yeah,
I'm going to walk away to get out of the sound.
Did you hear what I said?
No, say it again.
I said that's not that impressive. I've seen Lisa do that with the ropes before.
I haven't seen it here.
Only every 6th Friday in September.
All right, I can hear you guys again. Sorry.
Well, thanks, Sam. We appreciate it.
Yeah, it gets dark back here, but hey, that's a look in. I'll leave you inside Pecos Bills when I can get a burger. Let's see if they have a plant-based one.
No, don't get a plant-based, man. Get cow.
Do they have one? Oh, wait, they have a dessert.
Aren't you still carrying a cattail?
They do have it. Wrinkled up some churros. There it is, the southern-based Southwest plant.
Get real cow, man.
Hey, guys. I can't wait to join you next week when I can talk more about this and not be walking around bouncing it. Thanks. Good to hear you. Good to see you.
Keep the cattle farmers working.
Keep the cattle farmers working. That's right. Those of you watching, hey, Adi, I got that ice cream in a couple of weeks, by the way.
All right, there you go.
Talk to you guys later. See you.
Thanks, Sam. Appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
That was a nice look in.
That was cool.
I may have missed it, but I know Chris Diamato said who rented out the park. And it's the IT symposium right now that is going on over at the Epcot Resort area.
I can't remember the name. Michelle mentioned it earlier because she was asking Sam. Gardner. I don't even know who that is. I don't work in IT, so I don't even know who that is.
I wonder how much it costs to rent. A lot of money to do that. I mean, if you should have seen the pictures that we saw earlier, it was just rows and rows and rows of booze.
Yeah, I mean, they just did that for one night during the whole thing. They have like the whole Epcot area, the Epcot resort area, like has stuff the whole time he's there for like a week.
And if you go to any of the other resorts, we were at the Poly the other day, and you pulled up, and there was a big old sign that gave kind of information about the event. So yes, Gardner. So it's a huge event. I remember being there. Must have been when I was there for my honeymoon. Remember when I told you about the bad taste I had in my mouth the last time I went to Jelly Rolls? So there were 1 million people there from a conference. This was the conference I was talking about. It was just so packed, and
that's interesting because Sam goes to a lot of conferences. Even in Walt Disney World, Sam goes to a lot of conferences. Rarely, he said this is the first one he's actually been to that is at the Swan and Dolphin, like the whole thing. And so this one, they housed the whole thing at the Swan and Dolphin. So yeah, I could imagine. Well, you didn't sing karaoke, but you went to Kimonos with him.
I stayed overnight last night there. So when I get up this morning and I walked over to the boardwalk for breakfast, when I was walking out of the Swan and going towards the boardwalk, I was like salmon swimming upstream. There were just 1 million people coming at me with those lanyards on. I was like, oh, there were just so many people there that all I could think of was, if you're just a regular resort guest right now staying at the Swan or the Dolphin, you are really wondering what the heck is going on.
Miserable.
So
that'd be one of the downfalls of staying there, is you really have to know if there's a conference there, because you wouldn't want to be there this week.
And yes, multiple zeros at the end of that cost. I agree.
Michelle, if you go to that conference next year and you need a +1, hit me up. Do you want to do a couple call-ins?
Let's try to do a couple call-ins.
All right, guys, here we go. Give us a call at 407-477-6365. God, I hope I typed that in there right. It'd be fun. It'd be fun if we prank call somebody and put the wrong number. I just had people prank calling. So Lisa's going to screen the calls while if one of you call in, if one of you be nice enough to do that, go ahead and call in. I'd love to hear from, any of you, but Megan or Michelle or Brandon or Bill, Audie, Chris D'Amato. Yes, we need a GoFundMe to rent out the Magic Kingdom. I like it. I'm going to put that up there again. None of you call. We're going to end the show, I guess. 407-477-6365. Adi said he called the last time. Next.
Alrighty, we've got our first caller. I'd like to welcome Ryan to the show. Ryan, welcome.
Hey.
What's up, Ryan?
All right. So, is Halloween, is the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween still going on right now?
Yes, it'll go all the way through. Halloween night will be the last one, but we've even seen them do one on November 1st.
Okay. All right.
You want to come?
That was it.
That was it?
I mean, I didn't really have much. I was just wondering.
No, it's a great question.
Good question, Ryan. Thanks for calling in.
All right. Hey, thanks. Call in again. Woo.
Nice calling in. I like Sandra's idea. We could just put Rudy's cell phone number in. I would do that in a heartbeat, by the way. Looks like she's got somebody on the line, and obviously for all the right reasons, we want to make sure we know who we have and kind of screen the calls. And I don't know. Right now, it looks like she's talking to her like a family member or something. Who's excited about the meetup coming in less than 2 weeks? The meetup will be here. Well, it'll be two weeks for the meetup, less than 2 weeks for when I go. Meetup will be 2 weeks from Friday.
Alrighty, and I am back, and I have Audie on the line.
What's up, Audie?
Hey, what's going on, Jimmy? How's everybody doing tonight?
How you doing, partner?
Hey, Audie. Audie, I have one
All
question
right.
for you before you go. How awesome was that LSU game?
Oh, awesome! It was awesome.
Well, good. I hope they win this week, and then it'll be a fun LSU Alabama meetup in a couple weeks. So, thanks so much again for calling in.
All right, Lisa. Thank you.
Lisa's trying to cancel out on me on going to Splitsville after the.
I'm not trying to cancel out on you.
So I don't know if I'm gonna go. I think once I get Brandon and Audie on my side, though, you're gonna have no choice. You're gonna be compelled.
We'll see. If anybody else wants to call in, I am taking. Maybe we'll take 2 more callers if you're interested.
I'm excited too, Angela. I can't wait to be there. I can't wait to see you guys. Oh, Brandon, am I going to fly out of the new terminal? You flying Southwest? I didn't know that. I guess I need to look that up. Lori, we hate that you're going to miss us too.
Yes, next time. This seems to be the week to do it. This seems to be the week for our.
Megan says, I'm excited finally to meet everyone and let you meet drinking Megan. Don't blame me. Blame Epcot.
We don't blame Epcot. We blame Jimmy. That's how that works.
I say that every week. Yep. Brandon did say that. He said he was looking forward to watching the game with Lisa.
Why? Because I'm a very passionate viewer of sports. Not many people enjoy watching sports with me.
I do, because I'm as passionate as you. And Brandon was like, when I was talking to Brandon, he's like, yeah, I can't sit when I'm going to be watching this. I'm going to have to stand. And I'm like, me too.
So, it appears as though that's all we're going to have calling in, which is totally fine. I am good with that. I love the fact that this worked tonight. So that means that in the future, maybe we can do some game show stuff and some trivia and maybe give away some prizes to people that call in and get people involved. But I'm glad we finally got a way to figure this out.
I never thought about using it for trivia. That's great.
Yep. All kinds of great stuff we can do.
Yeah, that's cool. I've been having this Disney Nerds podcast pop socket sitting on my desk, and I've been looking to give it away. So maybe next week we'll do trivia, and I can give this away.
I think it'd be a good idea to we could do trivia to them, or they could call in and try to stump one of us.
Ooh, or both of us.
Yes.
Nobody could stump both of us. Sylvia said you can't. Sylvia, I'll throw it up there again. I think we're about 10 minutes over now, so I think we're going to shut it down now. But I'll throw the number up there for next week. The number is going to stay the same, at least for 3 months while we try this, and then we'll decide if we want to renew after that. But the number is 407-477-6365. And then maybe next week we'll all do something fun too. Maybe I'll throw up Rudy's cell phone number and we can all call it. Or send him text messages.
So the line is closed now. But thank you so much.
How fun would that be if we put up Rudy's cell phone number and everybody send him a text message that says Disney Nerds rule?
That'd be phenomenal. That'd be phenomenal.
You would
So I
hate.
hope that went over as well as we did. We had it here. It was it's touch and go when we're testing out new technology.
Yeah.
I was testing it out with Isabel today. For those of you guys who don't know, Isabel is my 10-year-old. That was really fun. We were trying to figure out something had gone horribly wrong and we couldn't figure it out. So once we figured it out, everything was all fun and dandy. And I'm really happy that we got a couple of call-ins. So thanks to Ryan and Audie for making those calls and showing you guys that we're not that scary to talk to in real life.
Yeah, the call-in's cool, Bill. So write down the number. Sandra, write down the number, and you guys give us. Let's try and give us a call next week. Next week, maybe we'll do something different. Maybe we'll start the show kind of with a call-in and let you guys kind of direct the topic. So maybe we'll do a call and discuss the whole thing for a couple minutes, and then take the next call and kind of you guys decide what topic we're going to talk about. So we're kind of we're open for anything. So you guys are awesome. We appreciate you. And Megan says she'll call. That's something we really didn't think about. Megan says she'll call next week. She's watching her cell phone tonight. So
yeah, that is one of those things that is. Yeah, I get it. It's tough. No, not many people have landlines anymore. That was my problem, was that I was running around the house with my cordless phone.
Right. Thanks, Bill. Jeffrey, dude, I'm glad you joined us. We appreciate it.
We're always here.
I would tell you, if you've ever listened to the radio show that during the call in, and I noticed when Audie was on, you could hear us in the background. So make sure if you're going to call in, you turn down the stream in the background. But thank you guys so much for joining. Sophie, write the number down. We'll get you to call in first. We'll get you to call in next week. Look, so you can, if you only have your cell phone, you can, if you're going to call in, put the number in, dial. It's going to pause the live stream once you dial in. And then when you're done with the call, you can't watch and talk anyway. So, when you call in, it's going to pause the live stream and let you talk. And then when you get off, it should bring your live stream back up.
Right.
Jeff says the volume for the callers needs to be a little higher.
I can work on that.
We can adjust. Yeah. Tonight was the first night we've done the call in. Well, we tried it once before and it failed miserably. Yeah. But I think we got it figured out now on how to do it. So we could, I think that's just a small adjustment. So I appreciate you letting us know about that. And we can definitely work on that. So next week, maybe we'll try and do call ins and have background music. We try and take all this stuff one step at a time. So Lisa's looking at me like I'm crazy. So what we'll do, Lisa, is I'll control the backup. I'll control the background music, let you do the calls. That way it's not too much on you. So guys, thank you so much. We'll see you next Tuesday. And next Tuesday will be the last one I do from home before the trip. So the following Tuesday, I don't know what the hell we're going to do.
I don't know either.
We're going to do
all kinds of craziness going on.
We're going to do something. We're going to do something from, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I guess we'll do something from the parks.
Yeah, we'll find something. It's a tough time to do things from the parks at 9:00 at night. But
when do you go on site?
I'm not on site until Wednesday.
Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll figure something out. Yeah, maybe we'll throw some trivia in next week, Ryan. All right, guys. That's one of the things we're also going to do Friday night for our meetup, the Sample-a-thon. There'll be some trivia involved in there and some prizes. I like trivia and I like prizes.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Have a wonderful night. Kwaharini.
So long, everybody.
Bonne nuit, les gens. Good night, people.